Guys, I've driven a lot of M cars, but this fucker is next level. I finally got to test drive a F87 today and dip my toes in the 2 Series water with a 2018 M2 with N55. Now, a lot of you are going to say, well, that's not a real M engine. I agree. My 2011 335xi has the earliest iteration of the N55, you know, the one that likes to spin rod bearings. But this version is the latest iteration with an electronic wastegate, the oil sump and baffle from the S55, forged internals, and lots of other goodies. Pretty sick. This car has 365 crank horsepower and 343 foot-pounds of torque, bringing it in pretty close to the M240i of the same year, with a few more ponies and a little less torque. Obviously, this is stock, which is something this car wouldn't be for very long. I'm going to spoil it right away and say I fucking love this car. The handling and driving experience were incomparably better than anything else that I've ever driven. And this N55, even being stock, felt significantly faster in this lightweight chassis than my full bolt-on MHD Stage 2 Plus N55. I still have yet to drive an M240i, but I must say the F87 is without a doubt the platform I plan to move on to next. I seem to have underestimated how much noise the wind was going to make with the window down, and need to get myself a good lav mic, so unfortunately only a little bit of the audio from this video is usable. That being said, the car sounded absolutely phenomenal and was an absolute blast to drive. I don't want this to take anything away from the experience that I had. The handling and size of this car is what really made me fall in love with it. I tend to gravitate towards smaller cars. The 2 cars I've owned that I felt handled the best was my first car, a 2001 Subaru Impreza 2.5 RS, and my current daily, a 2002 BMW E46 330xi. This car handled better than either of them and felt smaller too. This next clip I effortlessly got up to 90 in third.
As long as we don't take off the spin control.
Yeah, that takes off spin control.
Little area to do polls. Be great for logging.
When I first heard about the M2, I'd often heard it described as a car that was born for the track and that had too harsh of suspension to be a daily driver. Yeah, maybe if you live in Maryland or something where the roads are made of goddamn cobblestone, but I think on normal roads this thing could easily be a daily. I mean shit, it felt less harsh than my car. I really need a new wheel setup though. I found the interior to be pretty nice too, and the car was shockingly spacious. Like, the trunk was probably as big, if not bigger, than my E90 335i's. Plus, my wife sat in the back and she said it felt like it had more room than the M4 we test drove a few weeks back. I'm 6'3", and it didn't even feel cramped to me. The steering felt confident and the buttons and everything overall felt sporty but very executive. Even with all this power, that didn't stop God's fastest creation, the Nissan Altima, from blowing right past me.
Tires are on spares too. I was like, it's right. It's impossible to make this kind of stuff.
Who knows, maybe I'll take one of them for a spin someday too. Gotta start small though, BMWs are a good entry-level option for meeting the true power and luxury of Nissan's flagship car. Anyways, overall I was extremely impressed by this car, and although I am still leaning towards the M240i because of the B58's stellar reputation and the price difference, I won't ever deny that the F87 M2 is one hell of a car. I hope that the M240i can compare, but I know one thing for certain. The F87 is the next platform I am moving to. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this test drive. Please let me know what your experience was with the M2 versus M240i in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, Liquid Death is doing a contest of sorts, and I'm bringing my A game out to win this, as the winner will get 30 grand and a bunch of other goodies as part of a sponsorship celebrating them becoming the official tee of NASCAR. After my enthusiasm in this video, you can probably guess where I'm going here. I am sure this competition will be tough, which is exactly why I decided to make a video of me shotgunning a tee every single day to brute force myself into winning one of their 3 spots. You guys commenting, liking, sharing these shorts, and doing the same on my Instagram and TikTok helps me get that much closer to being able to park a F87 in my own driveway without spiraling into crippling debt. I am a huge fan of Liquid Death and don't drink for personal reasons, which is a massive shame because I am insanely good at shotgunning. I work in marketing and love their style as is very much my own. I'm a huge metalhead, I live in Charlotte, NASCAR capital of the world, and drink a lot of fucking water, so I kinda feel like I was born for this challenge. As of this video, I have hit a 3.84 on their 19-ounce non-carbonated cans. Trust me, I will get better. Thanks again, guys, and I look forward to filming me test driving an M240i in the future, once I can find one.